right, collectors, thanks for joining me today, June 8th, 2025, to talk a little bit about the shenanigans going on in the toy community this week. Boy, we have a lot to get through. We have a lot of military, Marvel Legends, G.I. Joe type action figure stuff to get through. And we've got a couple of ridiculousness things going on, some shenanigans that happened this week. Just, we're going to talk about pre-orders. We're going to talk about what what is that? Look, I'm wearing my Akira shirt today too. Came out. But I just want to start off with this thing. Let's just start off with it, get it out the way. I've already talked about it in my hunt video, at the end of my hunt video. And I'm just going to say, Hasbro doesn't need your help to defend itself against this turd taco-tastic stupidity that is the one-joint Wolverine. It doesn't need your help. It was a big boy company worth several $1 billion that put out this turd of a figure. Now, not to say I didn't order one. I ordered one. Usually I order 2, 3, sometimes 4 of the things. But this time I was like, look, I've opened up thousands of figures before. And there's no better indication as to what a thing or a figure is going to do than what it's done in the past. And usually single jointed pieces of turd-tastic figures don't articulate as well as double jointed figures. They just don't. The human body has one joint at the elbow, but that's because we have a squishy part right here and here, which allows greater range of movement. Kind of like they did with that silicone on the Hulk, right? And then they maximized it in our wallets. But anyways, this is a turd, man. You're just a turd. Until I get it and until I know otherwise, my experience has taught me that single joints are crap. So it's crap. It's crap. I still ordered one just to test it out, but I'm pretty sure it's just crap. So, and again, here's the thing, don't let other people tell you, some people will tell me, well, don't buy it, don't buy it. I'm going to buy whatever I want to buy. I'm not going to follow, who are you to tell me what edicts I should follow, especially not your edicts. Don't let any of these YouTubers, don't let anybody else influence or, talk you down from buying whatever puts a smile on your face. I'm going to buy it because I want to test it out for myself. I just want to take a look at it. And I want to see if indeed I was wrong or indeed I was absolutely vindicated. None of us have it in hand yet, so it's kind of hard to say. 1 second. Just had a delivery dropped off by the Amazon. Maybe you guys will see this delivery in the background the next show. I think it's a really cool thing. It's part of what we do, but you'll have to wait till next week to see what it is. All right, moving on from that, the other turd-tastic, soup sandwich turd-tastic PR making stupid decisions was this thing, this Psylocke and Thanos. Number one, I don't need a Thanos, but you did it because he was greedy. Oh, yes, got to give him another Thanos. 2-pack, $60, maximize profits. I get it. But you do have to be so nasty about it. Anyways, not only was Hasbro nasty about this thing, what they also did is they made it incredibly hard to find at Target or pre-order. Target with they don't care if it's a robot that gets it or if you get it. They don't care as long as they sell out on pre-orders. Get it out of here. They don't care. They don't care about your feelings. They don't care about you crying. So a lot of people didn't know this thing was going up at 6 a.m. I knew, but I was like, if I'm in a meeting or something's going on, whatever, just going to get past it. I think for me, it went up at 7 or 8 a.m. I don't know. I was in a meeting. I was doing some serious stuff. Again, all this stuff is shenanigans. All these toys are supposed to make you smile, right? So whenever some of these things don't make me smile, I tend to not pay attention to them or just, turn the corner on it, just turn the page on it. But anyways, this figure in the US, and that's the point I'm trying to make, in the US was an exclusive Target figure. In the US. that means you can order it from anywhere else in the world and it's not a problem. So don't get beholden into the stupidity, that the asinine thought process of Target, they can only come to us and buy it. No, I can go to Canada and get it. I can go to Mexico and get it. Are you going to pay a little more shipping? Maybe. But I'd rather give my shipping to a mom and pop store in Mexico or Canada or even England, or sometimes even Australia, because I don't know why, but some of the shipping charges from Australia aren't that bad. To me, they coming over to me. I don't know about shipping over to Australia. I heard that it can be quite bad. But I picked up an action figure a few months ago, and it only charged me like $12 to get an action figure here. So a lot of people cry about that, but I'm not sure what's going on there. But anyways, like I said, don't pitch a fit about it. You know, just let the U.S. Target keep their shenanigans, and let the scalpers keep their shenanigans. And I'd rather order from a mom and pop store somewhere else in you know, the international community, and let the scalpers shove it right up there. Go flying fist He-Man on them. Anyways, moving on from that, we got another little cool render of what the Awe Striker for the G.I. Joe is going to look like. Don't forget, Fans Hobby's making another one of these. The Jungle Hound from Gridiron already came out with one of these. The stupidity, the absolute monolithic slowness of Hasbro sometimes, I think causes them to lose a lot of money. I think their sales on this thing might be a little soft because so many people that really wanted it, that buy a bunch of stuff, just couldn't wait anymore, and they picked up the Jungle Hound, or they might have already pre-ordered, you know, the Fans Hobby one, which looks pretty great too, and may just wait for that. So Hasbro, congratulations on being idiots. So anyways, what else came out? We got some new announcements. They got the police guy, drops. These are drops. Or pre-orders, really, yeah. So we got the police force guy. I ordered a few of those. Wonderful for world building. Got to have some police force in there. Excited about that. That's going to be pretty cool, I think. I also got a couple of the Mercer and Sergeant Slaughter figures. Those look like a lot of fun. I'll be picking those up as well. I ordered, I think, 3 of those. You know, I think that's kind of cool. Or were they pre-orders? Yeah. Yeah? Hold on. No, yeah, they were. They were pre-orders. And they weren't announcements. They were pre-orders for the police and for the Mercer set. Yes, they were pre-orders. I'm remembering now. And then also Buddha came out. Buddha. I don't know. All I know is that I only ordered 2. I wasn't very excited for this one. I wasn't very excited at all for this one. But it's G.I. Joe classified, so 1 to rock, 1 to stock minimum. And we'll move on from that. Ugh. And then I know this is a Pulse exclusive, the Ninjas. What is it? Bait and switch? What is it called? Switch and slice? Dice and slice? These 2 ninjas. They come with a ton of accessories. They're out of my nostalgia range, but they're G.I. Joe classified. So I got 2, 1 to rock, 1 to stock. I wasn't super excited by the offering, but it dropped. People were ordering it. I got a couple. They already announced this, and so it was the MMS with General Abernathy Hawk, and yeah, you know, I picked that up. This was the most exciting drop for me, which was the MMS, and that was $75, I believe. I think I picked up 4 of them, so very excited to see that the GI Joe-ified rocket system. So that was pretty exciting. You know what? I decided to go back and double check because I didn't want to give out any incorrect information. So number 1, Slice and Dice, you know, those 2 ninjas were dropped as pre-orders. They're still available. I'm looking at them right now. Number 2, Budo, that was a drop, still available. I'm looking at it right now. Number 3, the MMS was also a drop, and it is available right now on Hasbro Pulse's site. I'm looking at the Hasbro Pulse site. But what they announced was the like you saw, the police, that'll go up for pre-order at a later date. The grunt, which has, the good part about it has like a white and a black, African-American face. So that's good. And then we have the retro, that was the retro grunt. And then you have the retro bat. And that's pretty cool. And what else? I think that's it, right? Oh, and then the Awestriker, we saw that. And then Mercer and Sergeant Slaughter. So we saw that. Yeah, so I just went back. I wanted to make sure that I was giving you guys the correct information. Because sometimes I don't want to go back and look. But I was like, you know what? This is the G.I. Joe stuff. This is the stuff that matters to me. And I'm sure a lot of you guys watch it. So it matters to you. Anyways, those were, kind of the big deals with G.I. Joe Classified. Another big deal that came out this weekend in the same line, like I said, we're covering the military style action figure stuff first. The Praetorian line, the Wraith Praetorian, that was a toy exclusive for the previous show that Valaverse went to. The white Praetorian, Wraith Praetorian, which on occasion has a there's 100 like exclusive or chase editions, transparent Praetorians that are in there. I think initially it was 4 per limit, and then he dropped it down to 3. I don't know, whatever. I got my 3, and then Valaverse or Bobby did say that if there's still some left over after a few weeks, he's just gonna say, get as many as you like and just open the floodgates, right? So that's pretty cool. I knew that would happen. I mean, Bobby's usually pretty good about that. A month or two after whatever exclusive thing happened, he'll open it up for everybody else to get some as well. So very nice. Thank you, Mr. Vala. All right, moving on from that. This is really great. I love looking at some of the Wolverine. Now, I've already ordered this stuff from Ramen Toys, and it's just looking amazing. So you've got the Wolverine set up right here. This is the way it's supposed to be. You've got it to where if you're launching rockets, the figure can actually close the hatch and then launch the rockets. You're not sitting out there with your head hanging out there just wackadoo, having missiles fly across your face and burn your skull off. This is how you do it. So Ramen Toys got a very nice, amazing looking Wolverine-ish, missile launcher thing. Here's another shot of it from the front and the packaging. They're calling it their Phalanx. They're calling it the Phalanx accessory pack too. And I guess you can add it to the tank that they had. So anyways, I'm getting this. I've already ordered all this. So I'm excited about it. I love it. Love it. So looking forward to whenever it gets here. Ramen, you do great stuff. Thank you. That's all I got to say is just thank you, sir. It just looks fantastic. It looks realistic. It looks cool. It looks fun. You're hitting all the right notes. So I dig it. On another note, you have Ace, who just announced the double-decker diorama, which is very cool. You have your different sewer systems. It's probably great for like people who want to do a lot of turtle dioramas and even Marvel Legends or military dioramas. But I think the biggest thing here is like turtle stuff, right? Because that's, turtles and sewers. But hey, I like the top street part. That's what looks cool to me. I'm looking over at some of my dioramas, see if maybe I can use that top street part. I don't know if he sells it separately or not, but I think it'd be kind of cool. Maybe somebody wants to sewer, go halvesies on me. I don't know, but it looks very nice. I like it. It's exciting. All right, moving on to something else. Again, Gridiron. So Gridiron just released the Phalanx last week. Their APC called the Phalanx. So this picture compares the vamp to the size of the Phalanx that they've released. It's kind of tough to get a good view there simply because I had to take a screenshot of the video and it was tough to get that comparison. But hold on, here's a better comparison to the Hiss. So here you go. Here's the phalanx up against, or the Gridiron phalanx up against the HasLab Hiss. It's bigger. It's bigger. Wow, I can't wait to have it in hand. Now, I do have to confess, I broke down. I had to go get another one. So I've got 2 phalanxes so far coming in the mail. And I was gonna get a third, but I'm going to hold off for the tan version. I think when the tan version comes out, I'll pick that one up as well. And we'll go from there. So very excited about that. Thank you, Gridiron, for providing us some different perspectives of that to give us kind of a scale view of it. Not to be outdone, we've got some very cool stuff from Pixis Designs. You can see them on Etsy. They decided to kind of like put together a kind of a mashup of the Thunder Machine. So they've got their, we don't know, the monumentally monolithic molasses moving Hasbro. I don't know when they're going to get their act together and put the Thunder Machine out there. I know they're moving towards it, but daggum. Am I still going to be on this planet when they come out with it? I don't know. Hey, Hasbro, my time is shortening. I mean, we're up there in age. I mean, come on. And so, you know, Pixis Design kind of put out their kind of add-on version to the Vamp of the, I think it looks great, of the Thunder Machine. I think it looks fantastic. So here it is with some dreadnoughts around it. Very cool, just looking amazing. So I love all these things. Fans Hobby, not to be outdone. Fans Hobby took their Eagle and gave it a remake. For all of you Tiger Force fans that like to fly around in neon yellow colors and stand out for the enemy, there you go. They're going to give you a Tiger Force Air Eagle Skyhawk, all for you. It's not mine. I'm not ordering this, but I know a lot of you guys are big Tiger Force fans, and good for you. I'm glad Fans Hobby is doing that for you guys. Now, this is something interesting that I found on the interwebs. I just happened to come across this. I don't know who did this or what. So if you know who did this, put it in the comments below. Tell me if it's a figure that's been mass produced. Tell me if it's something that they're working on. I just love the way this looks. This Megatron G.I. Joe kind of crossover, but with action figures instead of vehicles. It looks really great, in my opinion. So I dig it. So I don't know, if you know who it is, put it in the comments below. I looked and looked and looked, but I couldn't find where it originates from. So if you know, let me know. I like to give them credit. I'd like to give them some of my business so they can make me a few, I guess. I don't know. All right, moving on from that, Red Atlas Creations. Now, I'm saying this before I bought mine. Later on, I'm going to go pick some up, but they've got some additional accessories for the Dragonfly or for other things. The Hellfire Missile Launcher. Now you can put not just 8 missiles on it, but 16 on the Dragonfly Hellfire missiles. So they look great, very reasonably priced at 14 bucks. I love it. They've got some really great stuff on their website, Red Atlas Creations. Go check them out. They've got some really neat stuff. And finally, this morning, I awoke to a $69 Vamp offering at Amazon. Yeah, not Vamp, Stinger. Sorry, correction, Stinger. Yeah, I'm going to buy that. If you missed out on it, or if you're looking for some deals, you get the vehicle and a figure for like 69 bucks. Yes. Anyways, I picked up a couple of those. What's it going to do? How's it going to hurt? I'm just going to have a few more. Excellent. All right, moving on from that, a little bit of Star Wars, some vintage figure. Not my scale, but I know there's a lot of Star Wars fan guys out there. Vintage scale, still collected. The Gamorrean Guard, going to be reissued. But at $17 damn dollars, this is what you're going to get? No, thank you. In addition to that, you're going to get, who's this guy called? Bomb Bimden, $17. It's there if you want it. But for my money, I'm gonna let it pass. I'm okay. I've already got all of the 3 3/4 inch figs that I want, that I'm ever gonna want. So it's a pass, but it's there if you want it. All right, now I'm gonna get a little bit of controversy here. I'm gonna get into a little bit of controversy here. This reminds me, I don't know why so many, well, I mean, it's not mine to say, right? You know, everybody, you know, marches to the beat of their own drum. But I never, ever got the plunderlings. I never got what those silly things, I had no nostalgia. I mean, what are they, like evil Smurfs? Or I don't know what they are. But a lot of YouTubers fell in love with these plunderling things. I was like, what? What is this? Did I miss this as a kid? You know what? Great success. I wish them all the best, but those things were never for me. And I just didn't have a nostalgic connection to them. They didn't appeal to me as, you know, they weren't in my line of collecting, and they were just like, what is this? But I don't know what to make of it. And this is where it's going to get controversial, because so many of you guys are Mythic Legions, hard, fanatical about this stuff. And that is the Infinite Legions, Phaedon and Thanos. What is this? Apparently they're supposed to be, so you're supposed to be able to like mix and match, to kind of switch them out and make them all this mix and match stuff. I guess that's cool. I guess, here's a close up of Thanatos or Phaedon. I don't know who this is, but I'm glad they exist for you. But this is, to me, this is akin to plunderlings. I have no tie to this. I mean, it's science fiction, but look, the truth is it just looks super cartoony. That's the deal. It just looks too cartoony for me. Maybe it's something you like. So, but I'm out. It's there if you want it. All right. I think it's up for pre-order on their website too. So the good thing is that the great country of America, we're all free to have our own opinion. And you can have yours, and you can go buy those. All right, moving on from that. Diablo. Lilith just went up for pre-order, I think today, on Walmart's website. Elite. Anytime it's going to say elite, Mr. McFarlane's going to elite charge you. Going to take some elite charges out of your wallet. $60? $60 for this. Not for me. If you're a hardcore Diablo fan, hey, there she is. Knock yourself silly. Go get her. But for me, nah, that's a huge pass. I mean, I like Diablo and all, but I'm good. Now, what I didn't know yesterday, talked about this a little bit, I thought it was a HasLab. And that's the Ghostbusters offering that they had come out yesterday, which is the Proton Pack, which you see here, $300, lights and sounds and all that jazz. Looks good. I mean, I'm just gonna say it looks good. I'm not into the cosplay aspect of the Ghostbuster stuff. I think it would be nice to hang up on a wall or something. It just looks really nice. And then you could, I guess you could attach it to the wand that they sell separately. So anyways, there it is, $300 if you're interested in it. And this is actually a really good deal. I thought it was a really good deal. They've got the 4 Rooftop Ghostbusters collection. 4 figures, $400 basically. That's actually a really good deal. That's not a bad deal at all. That's, I'm actually considering it because, like I said, $25 for these Ghostbusters, and you get all of this. You get you get a lot of accessories, is what I'm trying to say. It looks good. This is a good offering. So, there must have been, an outlier of somebody with common sense that actually priced these particular figures. All right, moving on from that, we've got the Biker Mice from Mars Wave 2. I'm going to try to pronounce these guys because I watched it on occasion, and I wasn't even a kid. I was kind of an older teenager by then. You got Gersplit, I can't even say his name, Limburger, Carbine, Carabuncle, and Charlie. I like these figures. I might pick up Charlie. Yeah, that's probably it. The rest of these are just cool to look at, but I'll see what, I hope they got some more vehicles for this wave. I really like the vehicles. But anyways, there they are. Biker Mice from Mars. There we go, second wave, wave 2. The mask from the Loyal Subjects. I was hoping that Hasbro would actually hold on to this IP and do it themselves. But we've got Loyal Subjects doing it, and their track record is not good. If you had to measure it on a scale of 1 to 10, their track record is like a maybe 3.5, 4 at the highest. I'm hoping they've learned something from their first, foray into the action figure world, but I'm not going to hold my breath. Anyways, what we're going to talk about is that they have power-ups, right? They're going to come with 2 masks, the regular mask and then the power-up mask, right? When they, start activating their shenanigans. So there you go. And then you've got Wednesday from the Netflix show. She looks great. Jenny Ortega, of course. But I don't know, it's getting up there in price now. Like 44, like I would see these figures and I would pick these up on occasion on a whim when they were like $30, $35. But now we're talking about 44 plus tax. That's a 50. That's $50. So I'm really going to have to like a figure, I don't know about all this. I don't know about all this shenanigans. So here she is, Wednesday, single pack. Now, if you want her in a school uniform, which most everybody does, you're going to have to pay $90 or $86 for these two to be together. Not for me. As much as I like the show, I thought the show was great. I'm good. I'm good. So anyways, there it is if you're willing to spend that kind of dough on it, but not for me. But it can be yours for the low price of $86 plus tax, plus shipping, plus tariff. Anyways, moving on. Did you guys see the Killer of Killers on Hulu? I thought that was a pretty good show. I was very much entertained that evening. So I'm looking forward to it. And let me just pause here for a second before we talk about this next thing. You probably guys already know what it is. It's the Predator samurai looking thing. I'm not interested in this particular version of the Predator, but it's there. It's there. You can buy it if you want. It's not this thing. So there you go. But what I was going to talk about is, I really liked the Killer of Killers animation. It was just awesome, ridiculously cool. And then I heard some commentaries about how stupid the new Predator hunting grounds is. Some people didn't like that the Predator was missing, like they had a different hairstyle. Look, man, I don't know how to tell you this, but I don't know if you know the lore of Predators or how they come up. You're not allowed. Predators have different, it's almost like ethnicities, right? So you have predators that have just started hunting, predators of just like you have different races in the world. You have black, you have white, you have Asian, you have all different kind of spectrum of the world, right? You also have different, they kind of try to model it that way, I guess. You have different type of spectrums in the predator field, right? So just because you see the predator with I think he's an adolescent, really. And he's out there fighting, trying to get his full dreads grown or allowed to grow his full hair or something, whatever he's trying to do. Look, ultimately what I'm trying to say is that I dig that show. I think Predator's Hunting Ground is going to be pretty good. I'm going to go see it. I'm definitely going to go see that in theaters. I don't know about you guys, but but then again, I'm biased. I really love the Predator mythos, the alien mythos, and how it all comes together. Big fan of science fiction, horror science fiction, how all that comes together. And yeah, hey, when you watch Killer of Killers, watch it to the very end. It's got like a little clip there at the end that might interest you. It's got some good stuff there. All right, finally, before we get into the haul, every time I'm like, it's going to be a smaller haul this week. It's going to be a smaller haul this week. One day it'll be a small haul. One day it'll be a small one. There's no running out of loot to sell, I guess, at the Metroplex show, because sometimes I'm running out of room. Got a bunch of stuff everywhere. Anyways, what's on the 209 Ed pre-order list? Well, here it is. We got the Phalanx, ordered that 100%. We got, Dip and Stitch or Slice and Mice or whatever those two ninjas are. We ordered that. We got the MMS system, the G.I. Joe-fied MMS system. Ordered 4 of those. Ordered a couple of the Budo figures, which is excuse me. And yes, I ordered 1 Wolverine, and I ordered a couple of Psylocke. Actually, I think I ordered 3 of those, but I didn't order them from Target. Target can go, and I didn't order them from Hasbro either. Well, you can't. I guess you can't. Somebody you told me in the chats that, hey, these you cannot order from Hasbro. And you know what? I don't know why I'm doing the voice. I appreciate that information because I didn't know. I thought every single exclusive that Hasbro had, I'm not making even fun of that individual. That's something I didn't know. I appreciate that info. I didn't know that not every single thing that Hasbro releases is available on Hasbro Pulse's website. I think as a premium member, I should have access to all of it. All of it. I mean, I'm paying for the privilege, aren't I? I'm paying for the privilege of buying all the products that you make. I wish I could buy them early, and I wish the contract exclusive BS didn't count. For me, I'm paying for that privilege. But no, we have to shenaniganize with the Psylocks. Anyways, I got them. I didn't give my money to Hasbro. I guess I did or did indirectly. Anyways, I got them from a foreign country at a very reasonable price. Very reasonable price. So let U.S. Target play its stupid games here in the U.S. And, just remember, it's a global economy. The U.S., we can play our shenanigans here, but not all the shenanigans count the same. So it's a world economy is what I'm trying to tell you. It's a world economy. You don't have to just stick to this economy. So, all right. And finally, the 209 Ed hunt list. So what do we have out there? Number 1, I'm hunting the heck out of that Brooklyn 2099 Spidey. Oh, I'm picking him up every time I find him. Snatch, snatch, snatch. And I don't even care because everybody had a chance to order that sucker online. He was not one of the ones that went quick. So, and I'm gonna do some cool stuff with him. There's a video coming out next week that I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna do with him. I'm gonna commit to that. I'm on the hunt for another Venom, like a Gamerverse Venom. Hopefully I'll find it at Game. I don't want to order it. I don't want to order it online. I know I could, but I don't want to. I want to find it in the wild. So I'm out there looking for that Gamerverse Venom. And I'm also looking for all the Retro Vipers I can find. So I'm going to tell you right now, if you're in the Fort Worth area, if you see a Retro Venom and you're hemming and hawing, you better get them before I go up and snatch them. I'm not going to order any more of them online. So if you really want one, just go get one online. But I've already ordered my fill. I don't know. It's weird to describe. I order a specific amount that I want online, and then I reserve a little bit for finding them out in the wild, just for fun. And so, anyways, I'm telling you guys, those are, they're going to be dried up because I'm going to get them all. All right. And then finally, you have the Cyborg Superman, the red and black Cyborg Superman. I really like the way he looks. I want more of the other Cyborg Superman too. I might have another one to rock, one to stock on that one. I only got the one. I guess I should have gotten another one. I broke my own rule because I really like the way he looks. But anyways, guys, that was it. that's all the news I got in me. That's all the shenanigans, well, that I cared about. There's probably some other shenanigans that happened. But, you know, it's just toys. In the end, if something starts making me upset or sad or whatever, I'll be like, I don't want to play no more. I'm out of here. These things are supposed to be about fun and joy and just having a good time. So don't take none of this BS too seriously. The only people who should take this stuff seriously is Hasbro, is Mattel, is toy makers. Those are the guys that depend on this for their livelihood, right? If they don't have any sales and they don't listen to us, fortunately or unfortunately, their biggest demographic now, and it's so listen to just open your big ear hole and listen to what we're saying, but yet, From my point of view, yes, they need to make a profit. It's unfair for us to say they need to just sell it to me for what it costs. No, that's not right. They need to make a profit. But at the same time, you know, they can be smart about it. They can be like, hey, you know what? You know, we'll produce a little more and make a little less, but we're still going to make it a killer. What's wrong with that? Maybe I'm just too nice. Maybe I'm just too logical for these idiotic, monolithic monstrosity of stupidity companies. I don't know. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Let's get over to the hunt and let's get through that. We've got, I didn't pick up my comics. I'll pick them up next week. We got a couple of rounds. You know, we're going to do the deals, and then we're going to do the regular price stuff. So let's get into it. All right, collectors, I'm going to try to wrap this up because I've got to get prepared for a derecho. That's an actual meteorological term. We're supposed to be getting that through DFW tonight. It's like 80 to 100 mile per hour winds. Apparently, it's like an inland tornado. No, thank you, but I guess that's what we got to deal with tonight. Anyways, let's get cracking with some of the items. As always, let's start off with the deals. First, let me start off with this deal. Oh my goodness. A Hulk. Wait! A double jointed Hulk. Wait, what? You can't tell me. This is not a maximum Hulk. This, wait a minute, is a Bath Hulk, and the maximum Hulk has one joint. Boy, that really ticks me off, man. Hey, look at all the range we can get from 2 joints. Oh no, how do you do that? It's impossible. That's what I'm talking about. Anyways, this is one of my favorite Hulks. Only thing is he doesn't have any, you know, if they'd have made this out of silicone, he'd have been amazing, right? Some cutouts here or something. It's because it's an action figure. It's supposed to action. I don't give a flying flip-flapjack about breaking up the sculpt. If they didn't want to break up the sculpt, then maybe they should just made a doggone statue. But since you market it as an action figure, break up the sculpt. Break it up. That's what I wanted. Anyways, to me, this is one of the best. This Rob Troy Bath Build-A-Figure. Just one of the best. So, yeah, a single joint's not going to give you that. And you also, maximum Hulk, if he'd had a double joint, would have been maximum. But we didn't get that. No, we got the craptastic single joint. Anyways, this was a deal. Got him on eBay. $40. $40. That's a steal, man. Now, the only problem with him is that he had a loose leg joint, but I think it was Gonzo that told me, like last year, that there was a pin, like some kind of stuff they were selling on AliExpress, like that was a little marker, and it's worked well for me. I got his ankle is squared away. So anyways, there's that. That was a deal, $40. And then I'll show you my favorite deal that I got, and it's not even a deal. I just always, like I said, sometimes the best, sometimes my most favorite thing or the best thing that I run to or gotten all week is not necessarily the most expensive thing. So let's continue on. Cassian Andor. I got a couple of these out at Ross. So yeah, $5.99. One of my favorite shows now. Might as well grab these bad boys. So that was yeah. It's a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer. I mean, you know, now they're going for what, $27, $25 for a Black Series figure? All right, what else did we get? So I found this hot girl. I found two of these hot girls. Did I already show you guys? Well, there's no UPC for those. I don't know. You can't get the UPC for Cassian Andor because he's not at the store. Well, he's at Ross, but they don't look it up with those. Anyways, I found two hot girls over at GameStop. I didn't pay that. I had a GameStop membership, which lowers the price. And then I had a veterans discount, which lowers the price even more. So I paid closer to like, what is it, like $32, something like that for this bad boy right here, or this bad girl right here. So yeah, now I just gotta, McFarlane, if you're listening, please release the Hawkman. The one that is in this colors, please. Can you please do that? Anyways, here is the UPC code for that. There you go. I know it's upside down. You'll deal with it. I can get rid of this sticker now. And yeah, so I'm excited for that. And now we get into the big shenanigans here. $20. $20 for this thing. Diplodocus. Look at this thing. It's ginormous. Diplodocus. $70 down to $20. $70. This thing is gigantic. And here is the UPC on it. There you go. You guys can scan that. Maybe you'll find it at Target. Maybe you won't anymore, because when I went there were 6. The next day there were none. So everybody, like, same as me, like, hey, this is a no-brainer. I just got to pick these up. And this is a no-brainer, right? And then finally, my good friend from the Metroplex Collectibles Toy Show. I told you guys I would show what the deal was yesterday. We did a trade and we did a deal. I'm not going to reveal what the final price was. I just will say that it was heavily, the cash price I paid was a lot better than what it's going for online. Now, I think it was still a fair trade. Rob was happy with the trade. I was happy with the trade. And he had some things that I wasn't necessarily using. And then with that trade, we got a little bit of a discount from what it was, right? So again, I'm not here to, pressure anybody into doing any kind of deal, but I need one more of these for a very specific thing. Anyways, I'll show you what it is, and that was another vamp. Boom! Very cool. Thank you, Mr. Rob. Appreciate it. And why am I going to show you the UPC? It was never in the stores to begin with. You can only get it through Hasbro Pulse. It was a Pulse exclusive. It's amazing to me that they just don't keep a run of these things. It's selling. Keep stocking it. I don't know. All right, so that's all we got for the deals. Oh, no. My favorite deal that I got. Very, very nice of Mr. Kevin to send these over. Kevin, I sent you a little something back. But he knew I was looking for these. And, these, like I said, these mean a lot to me because I pick these up or people send them in. And it's just, fantastic. All I have is appreciation. Thank you so much. That's all I got to say. So anyways, let me show you what it was. Sky Striker. One to rock, one to stock. I've been looking for these Sky Strikers, hiding hair of these bad boys, but yeah, Kevin spotted a couple of these, and yeah, I dig it. I will be putting one up back there by Rom somewhere, and one of these I'm going to open and put at my desk at work. So why not? Why not? Actually, my desk at work is right over there. Anyways, that's awesome. I really dig it. And again, thank you, sir. Nothing but gratitude there. So, all right, let's get on to the regular stuff because, man, that's... Hey, let's get into it. All right, you know what? Let's get started. But I just had a thought. I think I might spend as much as Kyle You guys know Kyle Peters, a legend, a legend. I love it when he gets angry. I love it when he throws a fit, when an action figure breaks. There's nothing more entertaining to me than to watch Kyle Peterson melt down because an action figure broke. I can't remember which episode it was, but some action figure broke, and he looked at the camera, and you could see like the veins popping out of his eyes and neck and just, man, that I was like, wow, this guy really got worked up over some toys. But yeah, I get it. You know, you spend your good hard-earned money on these action figures, and you expect some level of quality, right? But boy, did he get angry. Anyways, it occurs to me that I probably might spend as much as he does. The difference between him and I is that I true build. Kyle really doesn't true build. And I'll show you, and it just occurred to me when I saw this. I already have quite a few, maybe if not 20 or 25 of these stupid things. They're not stupid. I love this figure. It's not stupid. I don't know why I said that. But I saw it and I couldn't resist. I had to build more Cobra Troopers. I had to true build them. So I got another Cobra Trooper. I found him at Walmart. He was super lonely. And he was like, I don't have anything. I don't have any orders. I don't have anything to do, sir. So, you know, can you, give me some orders, take down some Joes. Let's go. I was like, yeah, come on, let's get some Joes. Shouldn't have said that. Let's go get some Joes. Anyways, here it is. Here's the UPC code. You guys have seen that before. I'm going to have to edit that out now. I create work for myself sometimes. Anyways, all right. What else? Oh, yeah. Picked these up because they were Tiger Force orange. And because, I don't know, maybe I got infected by the goofy Jurassic Park stuff. And that is Jurassic Park. What are these called? Velociraptors. So here's the UPC code for them. And they look great. The little Velociraptors are orange, Tiger Force orange. So maybe they're going to be pets for Outback or something. I don't know. Invent your own kingdom, own world. Do that. I also picked up another black cat because this figure is freaking amazing. It almost goes without saying that any buck that uses the Black Widow buck from last year or the year before, whatever it was when that Black Widow came out, spectacular buck, spectacular female action figures from that buck. So when to rock, when to stock, who knows? I've already started. If I find another one, maybe it'll go into the primo loot. Never know. So now you've got two things going into the primo loot. Already identified two. Let's see what else happens. All right, let's see. What else did I pick up? Regular price stuff. Casey Jones, I picked this one up. Here's the UPC code if you guys are looking for it. Yeah. It just looks like a genuinely, really well articulated character from NECA, which is rare. NECA just horrible. You're just horrible at doing some articulation. But this one, wait a minute. Double elbow joint, double knee joints. It's like they're getting with it. Anyways, I guess that's enough of that. I don't know. Some people are going to get their feelings hurt because I'm not defending Hasbro as I should be. I should be a Hasbro and be, hoping that one day they'll send me something for free. And I don't care. Keep it, whatever. Anyways, moving on. I picked up, I can buy my own stuff, Hasbro. I don't have it in me to morally compromise myself over some 2-bit $20 shenanigan figures. I just don't. I'm going to tell you if they suck. I'm going to tell you if they don't suck. So I know there's people out there that are like, you can't help but be a little biased when some of these companies send you free stuff. And look, maybe the better thing to do is not do that. But I get it. Some of the companies are like, look, send them some stuff out. At least they can be kind of grateful. Don't make them sign any NDAs, but internally they'll kind of feel some kind of way about being nice to us. You're not going to get that from me. You're going to get what you're going to get. So it is what it is. All right. G.I. Joe Classified. Look what we got. I got another Trouble Bubble because I realized I only had 6. You got to have 7. I don't know. I don't know. See, that's what I'm talking about, the troop building stuff. Kyle Peterson doesn't troop build. I do. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I don't know. And here's another example of shenanigans with the troop building. I really love this figure, and you're going to see me picking up more of him. I ordered a few online, and then now I'm just buying all the ones that I see out in the real world, in the wild, in the hunt. Because I told y'all guys earlier, actually, I told you about it last month or whenever these things dropped, I was like, ooh, I'm going to collect those for like ninjas or troop super duper builders. All you got to do is take that head off and put a vest on them. How am I going to do that? I'll show you. But I got 1, 2, 3, 4, and then there's another one upstairs, and I think, yeah, that's it. I think I got like 5 of them. So they're gonna be ninjas freaking throwing fists everywhere at you. All right, what else do we have? These guys I bought because they're less than $20, and they've got great soft goods. I don't know who this knucklehead is. Who's this? Oh, do you guys need that here? I think I already gave you the UPC on this one, but in case I didn't, there you are. And that's for that Spider-Man 2099. And then you've got Christian Cage. I don't know who this knucklehead is. All I know is that I want that soft goods jacket and that soft goods shirt he's got. That's cool. So, and it's less than $20. So yeah, picked him up. Here he is. There's a UPC on this knucklehead. Anyways, what else did I pick up? And we're going to get to the most expensive thing this week. Was it the most expensive thing? Yeah. Yeah, because, well, that's on pre-order. So I don't have it in the haul. So this is the most expensive thing in the haul. The one after this. And then I found a Adam Copeland, and I like this head sculpt. I don't know if I'm going to trade or I want the head sculpt for something. I don't know. Kind of reminds me of that bad guy in Cobra. This guy reminds me of that bad guy in Cobra. The other head sculpt, he was like smiling. And I was like, no, I want him to look like that, like angry. I want him smiling. The bad guy in Cobra never smiled. So anyways, picked up this guy. 1 in 5,000. Super rare. Not really. Anyways. And then finally, what I picked up. Actually, you know who picked this up for me? My wife picked this up for me because she went later on in the day and she said, hey, they still have these here at the store. So I walked into 2 Walmarts and I was like, they're still selling these here. There's no line or nothing. What's the big deal? I didn't, I was like, I might get one later on when the hype dies down or whatever, right? I was just like, yeah, I'll get it later on. It's not a big deal. But as time went on, I was like, I have some games that I could probably, port them over or whatever, do something with them. I was like, well, it's probably too late. They've already sold out or whatever. It's not a big deal, right? So my wife goes down to Target later on in the day and she says, hey, they still have some here. Do you want one? And I was like, yeah, go ahead and pick me up. And so she picked me up a Switch 2. There you go. Okay. if you're buying it, yeah. And then I later on went and bought the Street Fighter. Come on, I'm a big Street Fighter fan. There's a standing challenge for me and Art to play Street Fighter. What is it? Street Fighter 3. Is that the one with the what is it called? Impact. The one with the impact. Anyways, I think it's Street Fighter 3. Anyways, that's the standing challenge, Art. Bring it. But anyways, then I picked up Street Fighter 6. Excited to play that and excited to play some G.I. Joe on that Switch as well. That is the haul. What fun awaits us next week? When am I getting my phalanx? It's going to be a minute. Apparently Gridiron says 30 to 45 days. Completely acceptable. I've waited so much longer. The HasLab is on its way the end of June. That's exciting. Ramen is getting ready to send out its fantastic tanks. What a time to be a collector. Valaverse at the end of June is going to be down here. I'm going to buy a What exclusive? Why are we still waiting for the exclusive, Bobby? Just tell us. Anyways, I'm excited. I'm excited to see Valaverse in town and see what they have to offer. I'm going to probably pick up a few things from there. Just a couple. All right. We talked about that. A couple of housekeeping items. Number one, let's talk about the giveaway for a minute. I will be at the DFW G.I. Joe and Action Figure Show. This one. The week of June. I'll be there June 27th, 20th, 29th. But this giveaway that I'm going to tell you about right now, because it pays to be subscribed to this channel, is only going to be for the 28th and the 29th. Okay? So we're going to take a loot of primo stuff. Great stuff. No shenanigans. No Ross finds, unless it's an amazing Ross find. No craptastic stuff. None of that. We're going to give some great stuff. And we're going to go down there to the toy show. I'm not a vendor there. I'm just purely an attendee. And I just want to have some fun, right? I just want to enjoy that experience with you guys, with some of the other YouTubers that might be out there, and just have some fun. But here's what we're going to do. On the 28th and the 29th, if you're one of the first 3 people to come up to me and say, hey man, I'm subscribed to your channel and where's the loot? If you're one of the first 3 to do that, then, boom, come, I'm going to let you pick from the loot that's going to be with me, right? So take some selections down, primo top shelf selections out there. But what I'm also going to do that weekend, I took like 5 days, took like a whole week off. And I'm not only going to go to that show, but because I absolutely adore the DFW Metroplex show, toy show, I'm probably going to go down there, because I dig everything that the G.I. Joe show is about, and I'm going to spend the majority of my time there. But I'm going to go down there Sunday and just hang out for a little bit, just show some support to the vendors that are down there at the Metroplex show, and just say hi to Leonard. He's a really fantastic guy. And he puts that on for us, and just a fantastic time is had by all there. So we'll be doing that. So that's it. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Appreciate every single one of you. Hey, if you're enjoying the giveaways, if you're enjoying the shenanigans, if you're enjoying the once in a while customs, the reviews, the hunts, the news, the hauls, why not subscribe? What's the worst that can happen? You can find out how to win some toys at a convention. That's it. Or not. So might as well, maybe like and subscribe. I don't know. And finally, a special thanks to all the members that subscribe, that, engage, that guide, that provide me some great ideas for the show. But they allow this old nerd to bring you guys better content. So, hey, you know what? If you're walking around super excited about the next G.I. Joe, or, the next Fans Hobby, or the next Ramen Toys, or the next, Gridiron drop, you're doing it right. That's what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be about fun. Companies are going to especially large multi-billion-dollar companies are going to do their shenanigans. In the end, it's just shenanigans. This doesn't mean anything. Doesn't affect it. It's not penicillin, and it's not amoxicillin, or it's not insulin. You don't need none of this crap to live. It's supposed to bring joy to your life. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. Appreciate every single one of you. And as long as you keep watching these shenanigans, I'll keep rolling them out.